Gecko, the old school gamer here, presenting One and Done Street Fighter 2 Special Edition, Special Champion Edition. This is the first Street Fighter to appear on the Sega Genesis. Now, little backstory. I was holding off on Street Fighter. Well, for one, I'm a Mortal Kombat guy. I preferred Mortal Kombat over Street Fighter back in the day. And I guess the simple answer is because Mortal Kombat was more realistic and less cartoony. Yeah, right. If you look at it back then. And I was, growing up, and I wasn't playing Disney games or anything like I do now. So, my mindset was a little more, whatever. It's sort of childish, even though video games is childish. But I never got into Street Fighter. I've played it before, and, I played it with a couple of my friends. But when I was playing back in the day, any Street Fighter, I'm thinking to myself, I'd rather be playing Mortal Kombat. And as far as moves go, I know very few moves. So it's not, my gameplay on this is mash the shit out of it and spam whatever move I can actually find. And I should have been recording this a few days ago, but I actually beat the game on easy as hell. There's different settings and stuff. So, and that was because I picked a character that was one button win, basically. So I could spam the shit out of it. Could I do it on a harder difficulty? No, not really. I don't think so. But herein lies the issue. It's a Sega. And if you have a working 6-button controller, awesome. If not, then you're using your 3-button controller, which is what I do. Because the 2 6-button controllers I ordered brand new a couple years ago when I first got my Sega. First got the Sega back, I bought it from a friend. So I ordered a couple of 6-button controllers because I knew, because one of the games he gave me was Mortal Kombat and Eternal Champions. So I had a couple of fighting games. I'm like, well, I got to get the 6-button immediately. So, in other words, these are third-party Sega controllers, the 6-button ones. And they are shit. They hardly work. Like, sometimes they'll go, you can push right, but they won't go left. And, I don't know, just all kinds of fucking issues. So, I was holding off on buying Street Fighter 2 because I love using the 3-button controller. This is a legit controller from Genesis back in the day. And it works wonderfully. It still fucking works. I haven't replaced any rubbers, thingies in here or any of that. So this is a controller I feel more comfortable with. And actually, I recently got rid of my it's a 6-foot extension, because those are also third party. And the 6-foot extension was acting up on me. So, I'd be hitting C. All of a sudden, the game would start pausing, even though I was hitting C. And then I'd hit start, and then the game would unpause. I hit C again, and it would pause. And then it's like, oh, the wires signals are getting crossed or some shit. So I unplug it, replug it, and then it would work. And then I'm unplugging it, replugging it when it happens again. And it was happening more and more as I move along. But the So I took out the 6 button, the third party extension. Now, even though my Sega is within arm's reach, it's still doable. So, this the fucking third party equipment is junk, no matter what the fuck you buy. It's annoying. So now, how do you use a 3-button controller with, Mortal Kombat or even Street Fighter 2? Now, Street Fighter 2, there's a lot of people say don't even bother with the 3-button controller with Street Fighter 2, or any Street Fighter game. And I say, you know what? You don't know what you're missing. If you're hardcore Street Fighter guy and you go to tournaments and shit, yes, use your 6-button shit, whatever. But for somebody casual like me, this works wonderfully. And I'll explain how. I will show you how. So, let me get this started here. Let me fire this fucker up. Booyah! Gotta wait a few seconds. Boom, there we go. Sega. Capcom Street Fighter 2. Okay, so from what I understand, this game is 2 versions in one. So basically, Super Nintendo had, obviously the arcades come out first, but apparently Super Nintendo already had several Street Fighter editions, Hyper, and whatever. And again, I don't know a whole hell of a lot about the Street Fighter series. So, but from what I gather, they've already had several editions out, and when they released this on Genesis, they combined several of the editions to catch us players up, right? Us Genesis players up. So you have Street Fighter Special Edition, and you have Street Fighter Champion Edition, and I think also Street Fighter Hyper Edition on Super Nintendo. Now you have basically, even though it doesn't say Hyper, you have like 3 versions, of the game here. And I'll show you now. Boom, hit start. And see, now you can adjust the hyperness, right, to slow or, kind of fast. You also have options. Now, you look at the screen here, it's on hyper. You go up to champion. Now, it's, the screen changed. And here I paused it. Okay, so the screen color changes. So these are definitely 2 different versions, possibly 3 versions. So now what's also new, now I don't know if Super Nintendo does this, you go into the option mode, and you can set it to easy, or very fucking hard. To get a special, now the ending I saw was on easy, okay? So to get a different ending for any of the characters, you have to be at least 4 or above on difficulty. And to me, that's like hard. Again, I was a Mortal Kombat guy, so these moves are complicated to me. Yeah, I know the moves are like, back, down, forward, back, the whole array of, the like half moon down and then either a punch or a kick. But I don't memorize them all. But so the ones I really want to play as are E Honda and Chun-Li, because their special is very easy. Either punch with E Honda a bunch of times, punch, and then he'll go woo with his arm. Or Chun-Li will do the same thing, only with her kicks, and you kick a bunch of times, and she'll do the lightning kick, or whatever they fucking call it. So, being a 3-button controller, A is light punch, B is medium punch, and C is heavy punch, hard punch, whatever. Obviously, so the light punches are quicker, medium punches are just average, and then the strong punch is slower but stronger. Now, as soon as you start your match, you're in punch mode, okay? And if you want to switch to kick mode, all you do is hit start. And then your A becomes weak kick, and then B is medium kick, and then C is strong kick. So all you do is switch, punch and kick with start. Now, a lot of people have complained, it throws your game off and all this other bullshit. And you know what? For a casual gamer like myself, it's not that big. Sorry, my chair is... all right. So, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that complicated. As you see, if you're playing here, boom, 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 your buttons are here, and then you could just hit start right there. It's easy enough. It's right in the center. All you got to do is hit it up and hit your thumb up and, do your move. Now, the only thing that will fuck you up, and I know this is the case with Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is not the same way. Mortal Kombat is not, punch and kick mode between the start button. It's not like that. But there are Mortal Kombat codes where, you got to hit, punch and kick at the same time, right? High punch or low punch, and or high punch and low kick at the same, there's kick and block at the same time you got to hit, and I don't know if that's the case with any of these moves. I think it's always, because this is a super basic version of Street Fighter, I think it's always either, a directional combination plus a punch or a kick of some kind. Not kick and punch with the directional. So that's the only thing I'm banking this on. And again, I'm a casual player, so I'm not looking for... Sure, it would be cool to pull off, a Hadouken or any of these other fucking ones. But, so, there we go. That's the roundabout of the 3-button controller, versus 6-button. Now, 6-button, you don't have to... And so there. Oh, by the way, there's no pause either, because you are using the start button to switch. If you're using your 6-button, there may be a pause. I have no idea. All right, so there we go. Boom. So we set it at that. And a lot of people say that this version is top notch. Even if you're using let's say you're using a 6-button controller, it doesn't get any better. The only way it can get better is if the actual sounds, like the punches and grunts and the names, are clearer. But graphically, it's spot on. Musically, it's spot on. So the only downfall is, fucking the grunts or when they say their whatever, their move. So I'm going to do champion. Oops, damn it, I was too slow. Okay, so you can go champion. Now, so you can adjust the speed in champion, right? But you can do your game start where you just go to each area and you defeat the person, or you could do a couch co-op versus battle, or you can have a group battle. Again, I waited too long, so here we go. We're just gonna do champion, but hyper, you change the speed, and that's really fucking fast. I'll show you that after I do a match here. All right, so game start. Boom. We'll just do this right away. Boom. Now I'm gonna pick somebody I know I can kick ass with. That's this bitch, Chun-Li. Because when I start the match, I'm gonna hit start, and then I'm gonna start mashing a kick. And you can change the color of her outfit by hitting either. Sorry, I just hit start. I just hit start, you know, and now I'm gonna start spamming the shit out of this. Son of a bitch. So if you hit start, her outfit's gonna be a certain color. If you hit C, her outfit's gonna be a different color. B, another color. And C, I don't know how many colors she has. I think, you know, 2 or 3 or whatever. So it just depends on how you start her. Motherfucker. And I switched to punch. And I got my ass kicked. Okay. So I was confused on what was going on. So now I'm going to be in punch mode. So I hit start right there. And now I'm in kick. I should kick his ass here. Damn it. Now I know her move, her special move under punch is back, down, forward, and a punch button. Will give you like a blue fireball or some sort. So the speed is the speed of the gameplay is what it is. Okay, you can't change that unless you go to hyper mode. And that's the only difference between the special champion modes, the special and the championship mode. Oh, I gotta switch to fucking kick. See, with E-Hon, and I forgot I was red, not blue. Oh, motherfucker. Oh my god. I barely had a hit left. Okay, good. I just hit start. Nope, there. I hit start. I hit start just a hair too soon. You can't. You gotta wait till they say, you know, basically fight. And then you can hit start. So now E-Honda will do the punch. He'll do the light. He'll do what she does, only with the punch. And the advantage to that is, you know, you don't have to hit start. You just start punching like fucking crazy. What a wimpy woman. I wonder if there's as much of a much stronger something or another. I missed it. So until I get better at this game, I'm not gonna pick anybody really outside of these two characters, E-Honda. Although I am kind of partial to wrestlers, so this guy, I'd like to learn his moves. So on hyper mode, the moves seem like the faster the game is on hyper, the faster you have to actually hit the buttons to pull off the moves. So in other words, for this, I'm hitting kick kind of fast, right? But on hyper mode, you have to hit kick repeatedly, really fucking fast. So So the faster the hyper is, the faster you have to pull your moves off for them to work. Okay, special kids, special stage. There I was hitting punch and I hit start to, I gotta go to the other side. Oops. Here we go, I got it now. Come on. 5 seconds left, holy shit. That took a long time. Alright, so, you know, you go through... I'm not going to beat the game now. I'll show you hyper real quick. So we reset that. Go to hyper mode. Now, again, the hyper is going to be set at what the champion speed is. I think. I didn't change this before. Alright, it's still on easy. Okay, cool. So I didn't change the hyper speed before. So I think the speed of the game will be just like champion. Now, if I jack this up all the way. Okay, boom. We go to hyper. Fucking game start. Okay, here. Hyper. Game start. I'm going to pick E Honda because I don't want to spend time going through select or start to change between punch and kick. So I'm just going to go right into the punching spam. Alright, so everything moves a hell of a lot faster. There we go. I got the move finally. Oh my god, it's so fast. So if I was to do a back down left move or something like a fireball or some shit, you have to pull it off really fast. You see, it's hard for me to grab that lightning punch. I only pulled it off once and I'm sitting here smashing the butt. E Honda versus E Honda. I am green. Shit. It's fast. I don't, you know, honestly, I don't like it this fast. It looks unnatural. Good lord, what the fuck? Now, E Honda can move forward as he's doing his lightning punch. I did find that out. Can't you do better than that? So, I'm sure if I choose, I want to try group fight, see what that is. Versus is couch co-op, so I would have to have a second person here. I'll just do champion mode. Unless this is just, you know, yeah, it's a two-player. You're forced into two players. Yeah. I'll try the group mode real quick. Now, the hyper version has all the same three choices. It just turns up the speed of the game. That's all. So when I do this, I'm going to be doing, you know, Champion Edition. Wonder. Elimination. So number of characters. Oh wow. 6 characters. So this is, yeah, we're being forced into a 2-player couch co-op with this. I want her. And then they get to choose. Yeah, I see. Okay. Let me try. That was elimination. Let me try match. So there's only one. It looks like there's only one single player mode on this, and that's game start. So versus and group battle are both two. You're forced into 2 players. Yep. Oh. Okay, so match play, I can choose. Okay. Now they get to choose. Yeah, you're forced into 2 player. Okay, cool. So I'm completely digging Street Fighter in the modern era. You know, I have now. Granted, I do have the Street Fighter collection on Xbox. Do I play it often? No. No, I don't, actually. I don't know why. You know, I'm still a Mortal Kombat guy. But for me, this version is pretty dope. You know, it's less confusing. I mean, I don't know. I pick a guy and I mash the buttons. I'm not gonna. I mean, I have the game manual online, right? Because I saved the file, and I've looked at it, and I've like, okay, I'm not gonna memorize all these moves, so I'm just gonna keep it very simple. So yeah, it's cool. It's definitely an A game for me. Other people might have it at an S. Yeah, it's dope as hell. But you know, I will try to beat it on. I mean, I beat it on super easy the other day, and I'm like, I didn't record it. Why? I don't know. Anyways, I will want to beat it, you know, again on camera. Plus, I want to try and up the difficulty after I beat it. That way, I could see how far I get as I turn the difficulty up some. Plus, I think there's also some Game Genie codes for this too, so that'll be fun to fuck around with, you know, Game Genie. So, adios, amigos. It's dope.